Democrats have been doing a lot of soul searching since Donald Trump's stunning victory in the presidential election. The House Minority Leader, Nancy Pelosi, she did survive a challenge by Ohio Congressman Tim Ryan. So what's next for the Democrats in Washington? Representative Steve Israel of New York is joining us now to talk about that. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you, Wolf.
I know you're retiring from Congress, so you only have a few more days left. First of all, do you want to tell us who you voted for in this leadership battle?
Well, you know what? I didn't have a vote. As an outgoing member of Congress, I did not participate in that election, but there's no secrets here. I have been a top lieutenant and friend of Nancy Pelosi's. I was urging my colleagues to support her. She did a terrific job. She had a decisive win yesterday, and now we have to move on to the battles that are going to be waged in the new Trump administration.
What does it say that 63 House Democrats voted for Tim Ryan over Nancy Pelosi and that the Republicans are celebrating her win?
Well, it says that she won over 2/3 of the caucus, which is as decisive a win as you can get. But beyond that, Wolf, she has made the necessary changes to bring in a new generation of House Democrats. She's expanded her leadership team. She's diversified it. And so she listened very carefully to those younger members who said that we need to make sure that we are replenishing and revitalizing our caucus. She's done that, and we're moving ahead to some pretty tough battles. And we're looking at a two-pronged war on Capitol Hill. Number one, the first thing House Republicans will try and do is to repeal Obamacare. And number two, they're going to try and privatize Medicare. Those are the opening salvos. We've got to be united as Democrats in order to withstand those salvos and defend Medicare and health care in the United States.
But you're the minority, a significant minority in the House of Representatives. You're going to fail in that effort, assuming the Republicans stay united.
Well, I'm not so sure. I'll tell you, one of the real skills and talents of Nancy Pelosi has been, despite the fact that we've been in the minority, every time the Republicans tried to bring us over a fiscal cliff or shut down the government, it was Democrats who worked with Paul Ryan to do the right thing. And our priorities were always reflected in the final results of those bills. And so I think we're looking at that again. The Republicans look united today, but they've proven that they divide very quickly. And you've got a Freedom Caucus that continues to want to lurch their party further to the right. And so I'm not so sure that they're going to be as united later as they are now. And that gives us opportunities as Democrats to make sure that our priorities, defending Medicare and making sure that people have health care, are reflected in public policy going forward.
Why did the Democrats do so badly this time around in the House of Representatives and really couldn't score any major victories?
You know, I think, people are saying what kind of country could elect Donald Trump. I think that's the wrong question. The issue is what kind of time could have elected Donald Trump. And we are in a unique time, convergence of anxieties for middle-class voters, working-class voters. And I'll tell you, I think it's paramount on us to figure out why those voters turned on us. There were too many voters who supported Barack Obama in 2012 and did not support Hillary Clinton in 2016. We've got to do a real assessment and a real analysis on what went wrong and how to get those voters back. There's lots of talk about
Congressman, forget about the presidential election for a second. The House of Representatives, the Democrats trying to get a majority or at least decrease the number of Republican seats that the Republicans have. They had every opportunity. They failed miserably in the House of Representatives. Why?
Well, I'll give you one very specific reason, and that is redistricting. The Republicans were smart in 2010. They built themselves a redistricting firewall so that no matter how bad it got for them, they had too many safe seats. We made a mistake as Democrats, I believe, in not making investments in state and local races, winning state legislatures, winning governorships, and we've got to go back to those basics and those fundamentals and start doing it now. And so build so that we can win those states back in 2020, take control of redistricting in 2022, and secure our seats into 2030. That's exactly the playbook the Republicans used between 2010 and 2012. We've got to use the same playbook.
Who would you like to see emerge as the new chairman or chairwoman of the Democratic National Committee?
There are plenty of people in this race. I'm not endorsing any of them. And to me, quite bluntly, it's less important who runs the DNC than where we're going. And I think we've got to have a conversation as a party on what happened with those middle-class voters in Pennsylvania and Ohio and Michigan and elsewhere. We've got to make sure that we're tapping into that anxiety, figuring out how to get those voters back. Who runs that operation is less important to me, quite bluntly.
Well, you're giving up your seat. Are you interested in being the chair of the DNC?
No, I've so many gray hairs on my head, Wolf, I don't have room for another one. I chaired the DCCC for 4 years. No more gray hairs to give.
The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee. All right, Congressman, thanks very much for joining us. Good luck with the next chapter of your career. Up next, the global effect of Donald Trump's win. I'll also ask our unflinching international correspondents how the Trump bravado is playing overseas. Stay with us.